Hey actors, it's Wendy Elaine Wright, the Hollywood Talent Manager, and we're also doing a series of 21 videos for singers, people who are interested in becoming a professional singer. Sometimes actors want to be professional singers as well, and this is also a video for people who just want to be professional singers. So in the 21 videos, the first video, of course, was training, because that's what it is for any and all sports, careers, talents, languages. You're always there to train first and learn how to do the thing you're talking about. So video 1 was about training. This video is about performing live, singing live. So step number 2 on becoming a professional singer is you must sing live. As much as you can, everywhere you can, anywhere you can, to get experience performing. And as you learn how to sing live and perform in front of an audience, you'll learn what you're good at. You'll learn what you're not good at yet, where you feel a little fear, where you don't feel fear, what your strong points are. And you'll learn how to overcome those things with practice, right? So singing live is practice. Now, when I used to teach voice on Saturdays, I used to teach my students from like 11 to 1. And then at 1 o'clock, I would take them to the farmer's market. And then I would have them sing the songs that we worked on in class, because until you're performing it live in front of other people, that's only half the job. So we would go to the farmer's market. Sometimes there'd be people that would gather around and listen. Other times no one would listen at all. That's not your worry, right? Your worry or concern or focus should be just on, are you putting yourself out there? Are you singing with all your heart and soul? Are you singing, with your body, with your emotions, with your expressions? Or are you really overly concerned with what other people think about you? So when I first started as a professional singer, years before I became a professional, I was very, very scared to sing in front of people. I had the worst stage fright on earth, and I have completely overcome that with many years of training and practice and, years and years and years. So I sing in front of thousands and thousands of people now. That's not an issue. But if you are someone who's struggling with self-confidence or fear of singing in front of people, that can change. You will get over that if you work at it. And it just takes doing the thing you're afraid of over and over until you're not afraid of it. That's literally what it took. But I had to choose to do it over and over and over until I wasn't afraid of it. And I didn't know that I would get to the point where I'm completely fearless about it and just love it with all my heart and soul and just can't wait to do it. And live is so great, So give yourself time, be patient with yourself, love yourself through that. Don't put yourself down or criticize yourself or beat yourself up in any way, shape, or form. It's going to take what it takes for you to gain the confidence and the courage to feel fearless. But it can happen, and it can happen even if you're starting from oh my God, I can't sing at all in front of people, never, ever. It can go to, thousands of millions of people. You can all listen. I'm so happy to do this, right? So how do we start singing live? Well, when there's not a COVID crisis, you're going out to churches and singing. And as we come back from this COVID situation we've all been going through worldwide, things are reopening, and you're going to have more opportunities to sing live. But right now you can sing live on Zoom, live at Zoom birthday parties, live at Zoom church, live at Zoom, concerts. You can put your own concert on, singing live on Zoom, and invite your friends. But you need to practice. So ask friends if you can sing at their events. Ask friends if you can sing at their weddings, at their parties, their bat mitzvahs, or any kind of social gathering where people are performing. When things open up, there are coffee shops. For right now, there's outdoor events sometimes. There's outdoor parks. My mom just sent me a message saying she went to an outdoor music concert, and I was like, oh my God, yes. Just people are starting to perform outdoors again. 6 feet away, they got masked, and the musicians are not masked. So you want to sing at least 5 times a month live somewhere. And when you're first starting out, maybe just 1 time a month, or maybe just 1 time a week. And start to perfect your performance skills. What I know about singing is it takes a lot of things. For one, you're telling a story. Okay, so I'm going to sing this. I'm going to sing a little song. I'm going to sing a little song by Luther Vandross. I am no Luther Vandross by any means. I think he's one of the best voices of our entire life, existence of humanity. Just one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard in my lifetime. And if you have never heard of Luther Vandross or Dross or however he says it, look it up on YouTube and listen to him sing. Man, his voice is like velvet. Anyway, he sings a song that is really about very much rhythmic pacing. It goes, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was brokenhearted. Hung up the phone, can't be too late, the boss is so demanding. Open the door, and to my surprise there you, I can't get the, open the door, and to my surprise, there you were standing. Oh, there you were standing. Open the door up, and to my surprise, there. Open the door up, and to my surprise, there you were standing. Open the door up, and to my surprise, there you were standing. There you were standing. Open the door up, and to my surprise, there you were standing. Okay. Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was brokenhearted. Okay, so this is a song that needs a lot of breath. And and breath is everything. If you have no breath, you can't sing at all. So watch what happens. If I blow out my air. Woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but there you were. There's nothing without the breath. So singing is breathing. Singing is breath. And breath control and breath dynamics and having the power over your breath, the decision over your breath. So when you're figuring out how to sing a song, and there's something called a breath map. You print out the lyrics, and maybe when you're learning it, you make a little mark where you're going to take a breath. Some people do that naturally. Some people do that by writing on it, on the lyrics where you're going to take the breath. But on this song, you're definitely going to take the breath before you start singing, and you're going to take it from the diaphragm, so you have the most air you could possibly have. And maybe I talked about this in the last video, I don't know, but I'm talking about the 21 ways to get your singing career started. This is not ongoing voice classes, so you need to be in those. But the diaphragm is something that inflates like a balloon. When you it expands like a balloon, and when you take the air out of it, it shrinks. So, or let's say a tire. You fill up a tire or an inflatable air thing you float down a river with. You pop it and the air comes out, right? Or unrelease it and the air comes out. So when you take a breath in your diaphragm, it expands and it gives you more air than if you just took your breath from your lungs, right? So you got to learn how to sing from your diaphragm, but this is definitely going to need diaphragm singing because, this woke up today, looked at your picture just to get me started. I called you up, but you weren't there, and I was brokenhearted. Hung up the phone, can't be too late, the boss is so demanding. Opened the door up, and to my surprise, there you were standing. Okay, so in addition to getting the rhythm of the song and learning how to sing the song, you also got to mean it and have the emotion behind it to sing it. So one of the beautiful things about Luther is, man, when he sings, you feel it. You feel what he's singing about, whatever it is. If you listen to House Is Not a Home, I just, as soon as I hear the music, I start crying because I know what's coming in that song. And the beauty of where he takes us with his voice is so moving, So in this song, you're not only going to need breath control, but he also has dynamics in the breath. So it's like, hold on. Well, who needs to work to go to hustle for another dollar? I'd rather be with you 'cause you make my heart scream and holler. Love is a gamble and I'm so glad that I am winning. We've come a long way and yet this is only the beginning. Oh, my love, 1,000 kisses from you is never too. So in order to get those breathy, 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. You really have to have the air, and warming up and practicing before you start to sing live in public and record, it really helps because you just start to warm up the instrument, and then having more air control as possible, more breath control, the fluidity of your voice is better. And I would liken your vocal cords to a sponge. You know, a dry sponge on the side of your sink with no water, it's it's not even easy to bend. It's stiff. It's stiff. But when you add water to it, it becomes pliable, and it can bend and it can move. And that's the same with your vocal cords. You know, you have to sing with a liquid, fluid, warm water, warm tea, tea with honey, things like that, and warm up. So part of your singing warm-ups is really, really, really critical. So one of the warm-ups is like a waterfall. It's called a waterfall. You go, do that over and over and over. And warming up is very important. Even huge singers like Demi Lovato or any of the people like you're listening to on a regular basis are warming up with professional voice and teachers. Even while they're performing live for hundreds of thousands of people on world tour, they have a voice teacher. They're always training and they're always warming up their vocal cords. So getting good sleep, drinking water. Don't drink cold water when you're going to sing because that'll freeze up the vocal cords, right? So room temperature or warm water is always good. And so that kind of line is like, oh, oh, my love, 1,000 kisses from you is never too much. And I just don't want to stop for my love. A million days in my life, or was it a million days in your arms is never, how do you get the breath? A million days in your arms is never too much. And I just don't want to stop for your love. Whatever, right? It's all about voice control and singing with your diaphragm. And the diaphragm supports the power that you're using when you're pushing that air out to hit those notes. And there are times when you have to hold the air back so you can let them out slowly. So if I was going, oh, oh, so they can hit it different ways, and it's all about how I use my air or my vocal cords. So if I'm going, oh, my love, oh, my love, oh, my love, a million. And if I'm letting an air out at the end with like a million, it's got to be there. The air has to be there to do that. If the air's not there, you can't hit that breath, right? A million days in my life is never. To get all of that in, I'm thinking, okay, I want to get a million days in my life is never too much. If I want to hit all of that in the song, I have to have real control over, and it's like you're deciding what and how you're going to sing those words and those notes. And I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go a million days in my life is never too much, and I just don't want to stop for my love. I'm thinking, and you're kind of playing with it. You're giving it from your heart and soul, and you're writing it as you do it. And it's something inside of you that allows you to just kind of paint the song with texture and vocal quality and essence. And it's just something that you do from your body and that you feel. And so when you're singing, you got to be in your body, in your creative space. I don't know how to explain. It's like, just a space, you know? And when I'm in the recording studio singing and I'm in that space thinking of, what am I going to do with this note? How am I going to spin that phrase? Where am I going to feel this? What do I feel here? What do I want to do with that? I'm in heaven. That's a zone I can really, literally, when I'm in that, I mean, hours and hours can go by and I don't even notice, because that's the sacred space of creativity. And that's the place. I've spent many, 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 many years of my life in that space. And when you're writing songs, you're in that space. Especially when you're recording them too, you're all in that space. So that's lesson number 2. Okay, that's your voice lesson about breathing, drinking warm water or room temperature, making sure that your voice, if you warm up when you sing, your voice will be able to do so much more. Find a good vocal teacher to train with on a regular basis, and pick a song and then allow yourself to sing it as many places as you possibly can and get that experience, you know. And as we open up back into COVID, get out there in the public and sing in front of people. And, you know, it's even a good experience to go stand right at a shopping center outside of a store and just sing Christmas songs or sing a birthday song to someone or just sing a song to get yourself over the hump of like, oh my God, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So go do it. Have fun. I'll see you in the next video. The next video, we're going to be talking about, I don't know. You'll have to see because I don't know. I'll talk to you later.